Hey, this is your Fiscal Ranger, Vance Jochim. I'm live in downtown Tavares, Florida. We're getting ready to have a big, humongous Flag Day celebration here and a celebration of Trump's birthday. And so I got some people to talk to with me. And so I'm going to turn this around. And here I am with Donald and Melania. And who else? Come in here. And who are you?
I'm Felix Ramirez.
Felix, and what do you do around here in the county?
Well, I'm a volunteer for the REC. I'm a member.
That's the Republican Executive Committee.
That's right. I live in Mascot, and I'm a committee man.
That's a Republican State Committee man?
No.
County Committee man.
County.
Oh my God, there's Ralph. Hi, Pam.
Hi, Pam.
Hey, okay, let's next. Come here. Wait a minute. We got Pam Jones here.
Hello.
And Pam, who are you?
I am the community relations representative of the greatest congressman in Washington.
And you're live, by the way.
Congressman Daniel West.
Oh, you are.
The most principled.
And he's coming? Is he coming today?
Yes.
Okay.
The most principled in Congress.
Good. Is he going to bring a tank or something, a federal government gift to Tavares?
He's going to bring you a message.
A great message.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Pam. All right, Felix.
See ya.
Oh, you're going to leave? Okay, I'm going to walk around here. See, even Donald Trump and Melania are here with me. But I'm going to walk around and see who I find as soon as I figure out how to make this friggin' thing work. Well, I guess I'm not going to. Hi! Yeah. Are you waving and saying hi? Okay. She wants to say hi. And hello, how are you? Look at that, she's got a Trump shirt on.
I do too.
Two.
I do too, look.
Okay, I'm trying to make sure you're on the camera here. Are you on the camera?
I think we are. We're just dark.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so you've got one too, Trump shirt. So they've got the front row seats here. They're ready to talk. And of course, as they always say in these things, all sorts of people have been invited. So I'm sure that Trump was invited. Who knows? Maybe he'll show up. He'll fly in a seaplane.
Yeah,
And
down the street many of a day holding signs. Right?
You were what? Holding signs?
Yep, I was.
You were? Good.
Hi,
Okay. And what are your names?
Mine's Effie.
Effie?
Elizabeth Cook.
Elizabeth. Okay, so they're going to be here in the front row seats to watch what's going on. Now let's wander around here some more. And I'm trying to figure out how to... Oh, there we go. Let's see if that's... There we go. Okay. So now we're going to go out here and see they've got the tables set up. And look at that. We got a Trump store out here. Oh, let's stop and talk to this character here. We're going to talk to this character, Jer. You're live on Facebook.
I'm not late. I was there before any. Yes, sir.
So this is Jer Broadhurst. He's the treasurer of at least one conservative group here, and he takes the money every once in a while and goes off sailing.
Exactly.
But it's nice of you to show up. So you're here.
I'm the first vice president of the County Republicans too.
Okay. Well, good. All right. So anyway, are you here? Are you excited? Any particular speakers you want to hear?
I just want to.
Uh-oh, here comes another one. Wait, stop here.
No,
Come here. Look at this. We got somebody. Aren't you well known in some city that's a land grab city?
That's right. I'm the least popular elected official in the city of Eustis.
And what's your name?
Anthony Sabatini.
Okay, Anthony. And any particular? Are you getting to speak, or are they going to keep you muzzled back in the corner somewhere?
Yeah, the muzzle's coming out next week. Actually. I had to have a hearing on it first.
So we got a politician here. That's another one. Okay. Well, I'm going to wander around here.
Awesome.
And let's see, Tony Rosado, good to see you. We had Felix on there just a minute ago. And look, we got, a sign. How can this happen? The Trump store. And he's setting up with, oh, look at this. Yard signs. Okay, now let's go over here and we're gonna look at the, boy, it's, you know, being in Florida, there's all this sun gets in the way. Yeah. Okay, so here we've got the Trump mobile, and man, that's a lot of work on that. That guy, you have to have a really big garage to have that car. Go ahead, you can come on. So, and we got people here taking pictures of it, and boy, that's a unique hearse. All right, so let's go on here. Oh, let's talk to Jim Volpe. Jim, you're live on Facebook.
Okay, and this is
And
Bill Garner.
let me turn around here so I got the sun behind me.
Okay, good.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, you called me. It was
We got 3 of you now. Who why don't you introduce your friends here again?
Okay.
Oh, I don't know if we got room for 4. Yeah, we do.
Okay.
All right, Jim Volpe, tell them who you are, though, why you would bother to be here.
Okay, I was Mr. Trump's campaign chairman for Lake County, Florida. I started in November of 2015. I wasn't very popular then, but all of a sudden I became popular. This was my partner in crime here, Mr. Bill Garner. Bill was the campaign chairman for Sumter County, and we worked hand in hand.
Absolutely. And I'm Annie Marie Delgado, the Florida State Director for Grassroots and Coalitions during the Trump primary campaigns, and also the Republican National Committee headquarters manager, which was really quite astonishing that the Florida National Committee opened up in headquarters for the first time down in Palm Beach County.
Oh, they got the headquarters in
Yes.
Florida, not on D.C.?
No, that's right. And I managed the entire headquarters after I won the primaries. We won 66 out of 67 counties.
Great.
And it was all due to the wonderful efforts of all these beautiful people that you're seeing here today to celebrate the president's birthday. And I can tell you that the numbers were astonishing. So it's all the great efforts of a lot of good people doing a whole lot of hard work.
And here's this
Cheryl
Cheryl
Hall.
Hall.
I'm Cheryl Hall. We the people stand with Trump. My crew, all the crew. We're all working very hard for this. And why am I here today? Because I love my president. And we're here to support our president. And this is showing that we are still behind him 101%. That's why we're here. That is why we're here.
Do you see stripes after you take those classes off?
Yes, I do. Actually, there's Donald Trump's names in between the stripes, actually.
And you're involved heavily in putting on this event too, aren't you?
Absolutely. We the people will stand with Trump. Our club had sponsored this together, yes.
And anybody that watches Facebook much sees an awful lot of pictures of her dressed up, going to events down in what, Mar-a-Lago? What's the name of that? Mar-a-Lago.
I was over in New Smyrna Beach. I've been all over for every event.
She has, and we've seen pictures of all of those places.
Prove I've been there.
That's right.
And
Okay.
it's all about supporting
so
the
much.
president.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Zero in on my
Okay.
cufflinks and my socks.
Oh, the socks. Look at the socks. Okay. All right. Thanks.
Thank you, sweetie.
That's awesome.
Oh, here's a scoundrel. 2 scoundrels. Oh, she's trying to get out of the way. And who are you? You're live on Facebook.
Okay.
$10
Thank you,
hat.
Vance. I'm Walter Price, the chairman of the Republican Party here in Lake County, and everybody needs to come down to our event. We've got lots of good speakers, music, food, fun. Come on down.
And where is
We're
down?
in Taveri Square, right in the middle of downtown Taveri. It's across from City Hall.
That's right. And there's City Hall behind us. And who's this lady, Jan? Oh, that's right. You're live on Facebook, Jan. Tell us a little bit about how you got involved with the Republicans.
Really got involved with the Tea Party first in 2009, and then decided we needed to get the Republicans whipped into shape, and so here we are.
That's right.
All right. Oh, and hey, look at that. Just when I was going to try and hit on her, you know.
Sure.
It's hard to find single Republican women, you know. They're all married and they stay married, don't they?
So yeah, we're out here to celebrate Flag Day as well as Donald Trump's birthday, and the voters, the parables that voted for Trump are the only people that support him at this time. Everybody else is trying to take him down, and because we voted him in, people can't lay back and say, well, we've done our job. The job is just beginning. This is the beginning, very beginning. So we need people here today, and people get involved, not just set aside. It'll be somebody else's job. It's your job.
Okay, thank you, Jan and Jer. And oh, here's the office mom. Come here, office mom. And she's shy, you know. If you go to the Republican office here in Tavares, the county office, you most likely, if it's open, will find this lady in here. And who are you?
I'm Lou Brown. I live in Tavares, and I'm a staunch conservative Republican.
Yeah, and she just organizes everything in the office. You know, so we want to thank you for all that work.
Thank you. I have wonderful volunteer help, and I can't do this alone.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you, Vance.
Oh, wait a minute. Here, we see another official. Who can this be? You're on Facebook Live.
Hello there. How are you?
Hi. And who are you?
I'm Commissioner Elise Dennison from the great city of Leesburg.
Leesburg. I heard of them. They keep selling off their land. They won't have anything left.
We keep
You'll be a
buying
postage
land.
stamp. Oh. You buy land too.
Yeah, it's going to be one of the biggest cities in Florida.
Oh my God. You know, then we have to listen to the city council talk, huh?
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Right. We're going to keep bragging.
All right. And so you here to see anybody in particular?
No, I just came over to help and make my presence known.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so, all right, what we're going to do is switch the lens. All right, up. There I am. I'm back. And I'll turn around so the sun's on me. And that's enough of a preview. This event starts at 10 o'clock here in Tavares. And I see Congressman Webster just arrived. So come on down. It'll be running from 10 until about 2, and they got cake and some goodies, and of course they're selling hats and all sorts of things. Have a lot of political speakers and celebrating Donald Trump's birthday. And with that, I'm signing out as soon as I figure out how to turn this off. Here we go.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. So, how's that? Good. Hello? Hello? Testing 1, 2, 3. You need it louder out there? Okay. The AMVETS is not the color guard today. It's the Korean War Vets, Chapter 169. So if you all stand, represent the colors. Color guard, front and center. And salute. Ready? 2.
All right, folks, thank you for that. Without any further ado, we're also going to welcome to the podium a wonderful man. His name is Felix Ramirez, former mayor of Mascot, Florida, and he's also a pastor, a counselor, and just a man of many talents and experiences. And I'm honored to have my good friend Felix come to our invocation today.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a great morning to be in America.
Woo! Yeah.
Let's do the heavenly prayer. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, Lord, we lift up our country. I ask that you bless our country with your wisdom, your love, and your compassion. May we be the people who seek you. Creator God, we lift up prayer for our leaders. Lord, I ask for blessings on our leaders, especially Mr. Trump. May these servants who are in positions of authority take their responsibility seriously and do their very best each day. May they realize their need for you and for your direction. May they hear your voice as they make their decisions, and may they follow your guidance. May they have a passion for people, for truth, and for righteousness. Creator Lord, we lift up prayer for our troops. Almighty God, I ask for the blessings on our service, men and women, protection for all our men and women in uniform, both here and around the world. I am so grateful for their service and their dedication keeping our nation safe. I pray that you would keep them safe. Thank you, Lord, for those who are protecting us here today. I thank you for our blessings of life and liberty. May our country continually show love and honor to you. I pray our flag will always stand for freedom and one nation under God with liberty and justice for all. Creator God, I pray our flag will be honored around the world as a flag that represents this freedom and as a nation and under the authority of you, Almighty God. I pray for a move of the Holy Spirit in Washington, D.C. and over our entire nation. And Creator God, I pray for protection of Israel and our stand with that nation. And Almighty God, I declare that your inspiration, your revelation, your motivation, and your determination will bring transformation in our lives. I ask all these things in the name of your beloved Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Praise God.
Thank you, Felix. Appreciate that. Now, I'm going to bring believe it or not, you're not going to have to listen to me all day. I've got actually a professional MC and his sidekick, like Batman and Robin here. But real quick, I want to do an introduction of the soloist who's going to do the national anthem here in a minute. This young lady, first of all, I've heard her sing for about 30 years. Okay, and as a state Republican committeeman, and also co-chair of the Faith-Based Engagement Committee for the REC, or for the RPOF, I should say. I go to different churches. I hear a lot of talent in Lake County and all about, but I don't know anybody that has a better voice than this lady. She also serves as Congressman Webster as one of his legislative aides in this area. And so the other day I thought, I wonder if I can get Pam to sing. And she graciously agreed. So without any further, our friend Pam Jones.
Good afternoon.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous skies, ramparts we watched
me and Congressman Webster make a good choice or not? All right. Now, without any further ado, before we do the pledge, I'm going to bring on my friend Ron Bison and his sidekick Shane, and they're going to introduce the gentleman who's going to do the. And take it from here, folks. So I'll see you at the end. God bless.
Need a hand? Where do you want to go? Here? Okay.
God, a little guy gives you so much trouble. Hey, Ralph, don't quit your day job. I don't know about you guys, but I'm real happy to be here today. I want to thank Ralph for inviting me out here to do some emceeing for you. I am also very happy, and I'm sure we'll all agree that the Republicans lost the softball game the other night because I, for one, cannot take another committee to investigate why the Russians helped them win. Anyway, that's over with. Shanks here's my buddy. I call him my mini-me. We're on my 790 AM WLB. I was with K92 FM for years. And I want to thank you for having us here. We got a full day ahead. Going to have food later on, and we'll be just a bunch of guest speakers for you that we'll be bringing up here on stage. And right now, though, it is time for the, what are we doing? Oh, the Pledge of Allegiance. And newly elected Eustis City Councilman, National Guardsman, that's right, he slings lead with pride, ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Sabatini.
Please join me for the pledge. Please stand and join me for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, really, thank you. Yeah, let's take this down a little bit here. Sure. We're having a hard time.
I know what you mean. Unaccustomed as I am to public speaking. All right, now we're going to keep things going. We're going to move it along because we got a lot of things going on today. So we're going to bring on now. We got. Let's see. Oh, by the way, thank you, Anthony, for that. Great job. Why are you not here instead of Ralph? I don't understand that. We got Lake County Republican Executive Committee Chair Walter Price. Walter's going to speak now. Walter?
Hiding over there. Put my eyes on. It's an interesting podium we have here. I promise I'm not going to sling any garbage, I promise. Well, good morning. Good morning. I want to welcome our fellow citizens, all of our elected officials that are with us today, members of the media, and especially anyone who has traveled a long way to join us today for this great event. My name is Walter Price, and I'm the chairman of the Republican Party here in Lake County. And I want to thank you for coming out this morning and helping us celebrate Flag Day and President Trump's 71st birthday. First, I'd like to thank State Committee man Ralph Smith, hiding back here, and the We the People for Trump Club President Cheryl Hall, and their teams for putting today's program together. I know that they've been assisted by Bill Siegenthaler, Jim Volpe, Diane Reardon, Pam Bronson. I don't know who else, but they've all been working very hard to get this ready to go today. You know, I want to say that I am really proud to be an American and live in the best country in the world, where we have the freedom to honor our great symbol of freedom and liberty, the American flag. Let us remember today our true heritage and the value of our liberties. You know, as Republicans, we have certain principles, standards, and beliefs, some of which are, as Republicans, we believe that the needs of communities and law-abiding citizens must take priority over those of criminals. We believe that the only way to live free from foreign aggression is to maintain peace through strength. We believe students must be challenged to learn in a school environment that is safe for students and teachers. Parents must be offered more opportunities and options, and the massive bureaucracy must be reduced. We believe that Americans should keep more of what they earn through lower taxes, and that tax policy should not suppress incentive by penalizing success. Republicans have long believed that government should not spend more than it takes in and have consistently fought for a balanced budget. Republicans believe that the senior safety net must be preserved for today's beneficiaries and for the millions who will need it tomorrow. And Republicans believe, as the founding fathers before us, that God was a major factor in the creation of this nation, and that efforts to remove him from society altogether must be reversed. If you share these beliefs and you are not a Republican, I urge you to join us. Remember, only Republicans can vote for Republicans in the primaries. And if you need to change your registration to Republican or sign up for the first time as Republican, we have voter registration right here at the event today, and you can sign up right here today, and we'll take care of that for you. Now, as chairman of the Republican Executive Committee, I'd be remiss without telling you that we have some vacancies on the Executive Committee, and for precinct committee men and committee women. You know, it's our responsibility, the responsibility of the Republican Executive Committee, to get Republicans elected to office at local, state, and federal levels. This year, 2017, we have 9 municipal elections being held in Lake County. And of course, 2018 is going to be a very exciting election year, including races for governor and the cabinet members, Senator Nelson's seat, our local U.S. congressman like Dan Webster, who's with us here today, state house reps, county commissioners, some of who are with us here today, and school board members, just to name a few. Volunteers will be needed for headquarters, canvassing neighborhoods, voter registration drives, sign waving and placement, phone banking, and all the other activities necessary to win elections. In other words, we need you. And I want to make sure you know about our upcoming Lincoln Reagan dinner on August the 5th. This is our main fundraising event for the year, and our guest speaker is Dinesh D'Souza. The producers of movies such as America, Where Would We Be Without Her, and Hillary's America. And if you purchase the additional ticket to the chairman's reception, you can meet Dinesh in person. He will also have a new book available for the very first time to the public at our event, which you can purchase, and he will be happy to autograph it for you as well. You can register for the dinner, the chairman's reception, or a whole table at our website, LakeCountyRepublicans.org. But hurry, seating is limited, and it is going fast. In fact, we've already sold more tickets for this year's event than we did last year, which was a campaign year. So it's very good. So, above all, please enjoy the activities, speakers, food, music, and fellowship with your fellow patriots today. Thank you.
Thank you, Walter. All right. Actually, I think you were supposed to do this, but I'll take care of it. No problem. It's Ralph's fault. No, it's Ralph's fault. I got it. No problem. You sure? Okay.
I didn't know because Ron was here, but it's my duty to now introduce to you Where's he at? Let me see if I see him. The Honorable County Commission, District 2, Sean Parks. Come on up, Sean.
Time's up.
Time's up. I knew that would have to come from Vance. Good morning. President Calvin Coolidge once said that we don't need more centralized government. We don't need big centralized government. What we need is stronger and better local government. Well, I'm your local county commissioner, and to me, I take that message very serious about serving you. Take the job very serious, and it's that quote from President Coolidge is also, I think, a message to all of us that definitely to support our president in making America great again. Sure, that needs to be done in Washington, but we can do that right here. We can start by doing that right here locally. That's the message. Stay involved. Stay involved. Stay involved with events like this. Stay involved with the REC. Do what we can do, even if it means sometimes mixing with the other side, just to tell our message, the message that is great for America, for all of us. So I just wanted to thank you. Again, it is a privilege and honor to serve you. And now, really, this point is not going to be about me, but I get the privilege of doing something, and I hope I don't get choked up a little bit, but I get the privilege of being able to introduce my daughter, Reagan. My daughter, Reagan, is here. She's 15. Come on. Yeah, I'm already getting a little teary-eyed. Reagan is named after President Ronald Reagan. First and foremost, Reagan loves the Lord. I know that. First and foremost, Reagan loves her family. It may not seem like it all the time, but she does. And first and foremost, she loves this country. It's my privilege and honor. She does. I'll try to keep this short. I can't help but brag about her a little bit. She does wonderful in school. She works very hard. She loves others. She's dedicated to her community. And my wife Ivy and I are just proud of her. We wouldn't want any other daughter. So we love her very much. It is now my privilege and honor to be able to introduce to you the future. I know there's much of the future is out there, but the future and my daughter Reagan.
Hi, I'll be reading I Am the Flag of America by Howard Schnauber. I am the flag of the United States of America. My name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch in America's halls of justice. I fly majestically over institutions of learning. I stand guard with power in the world. Look up and see me. I stand for peace, honor, truth, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am confident, I am arrogant, and I am proud. But I am flown with my fellow banners, my head is a little higher, and my colors a little truer. I bow to no one. I am recognized all over the world. I am honored, I am saluted, I am loved, I am revered, and I am respected, and I am feared. I have fought in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. I was flown at Valley Forge, Gettysburg, Shiloh, and Appomattox. I was there at San Juan Hill, in the trenches of France, in the Argonne Forest, Anzio, Rome, and the beaches in Normandy. Guam, Okinawa, Korea, and Quezon, Saigon, Vietnam knows me. I was there. I led my troops. I was dirty, battle-worn, and tired, but my soldiers cheered me, and I was proud. I have been burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of countries I have helped set free. It does not hurt, for I am a symbol of love and freedom. I have been soiled upon, burned, torn, and trampled in the streets of my own country. And when it's done by those whom I have served in battle, it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have slipped the bonds of earth and stood watch over the uncharted frontiers of space from my vantage point on the moon. I have borne silent witness to all of America's finest hours, but my finest hours are yet to come. when I am torn into strips and used as bandages for my wounded comrades on the battlefield, when I am flown at half-mast to honor my soldier, or when I lie in the trembling arms of a grieving parent at the grave of a fallen son or daughter, I am proud. Yet I am humble. I know that my greatness comes from God, and I know that God's blessing is what makes my country great. Thank you for the opportunity for me to be able to read this. Happy Flag Day and happy birthday, President Trump.
Very nice, Reagan. Thank you very much. We got, like I said, I just hope it warms up today. Sheriff Grinnell, Lake County Sheriff, could not be with us today, but I want to thank him for the vest. You can barely see it. But we do have Jack Holder of the Lake County Sheriff's Office joining us, the captain. Captain, come on up. Come on down. You're on the Price is Right.
I thought Ralph was going to have something for me to say, but he's kind of let me down on that. But,
Believe me, he's got enough to say.
But Sheriff Grinnell had a conflict today. Probably taking some personal time, some well-deserved personal time, and with his busy schedule. But my name's Jack Holder, and we have any native Floridians to Lake County? I literally grew up 2 blocks from here, so I watched the downtown change. I remember the old Western Auto store that was over here on the corner in the 2- or 3-story brick building, the Foodway that was across the street, Boulware's drugstore, the old hardware store that was over here. And when I was a little kid, there was a building on the corner, and it was a 2-story apartment house. And there was a little German guy in there, and his name was Mr. LeVar, and he cut hair. And he lived right up next to the high school, or what is the high school now. And I used to hate it when my dad used to bring me down here to get that haircut, because it was high and tight and there was nothing else. So it was like a book with all the same pictures in it. And it was what it was, and that's what you got. But anyway, thank you all for coming out today. I know it's warm. The Sheriff would want me to let you know that we really do appreciate your support of law enforcement. And here in Lake County, we didn't see a lot of resistance, but what we did see was when our officers would go out and eat, and it'd be time to check out, their waiter or waitress would say, your meal was taken care of. And we appreciate the support that we get from you. But understand that we can't do it alone, that we need you to help us and be our eyes and our ears. And if you see something, doesn't matter how minor it is, or call us. Call us. We'll send somebody out. And if it's borderline on the town limits or in the county, you don't care if it's Tavares that shows up or if we show up, as long as it's addressed and taken care of. So, and I just want to let you know, and I know what I'm saying here can't follow what you just heard, but I know her father's here, and the one that's following me, we are trying to build our numbers back up, and it's very important that we do that in the Sheriff's Office. And the Sheriff is going to be turning in a budget pretty soon, and for what he's asking for in additional men and women to help serve you, we really need that support. So thank you for coming out again today, and that's it. Have a wonderful weekend, and happy Father's Day.
Thank you, Captain Jack. All right, we got, I'll tell you, I hate to pull rank on you, Captain, but we got a general coming up.
Salute.
I mean, we're really pulling rank on you now. I'd like to introduce, of course, well-known Lake County Commission Chair, Brigadier General Tim Sullivan, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, thank you for this great opportunity. Thank you for being out here and supporting Flag Day. You know,
Actually, you know who the #1 member of the United States military is? The Commander-in-Chief. So we're also celebrating his birthday. So I'll get the political outside. Thank you very much for doing that. I just want to say a few words about Flag Day. You know, not to pick on Dan Webster because he's a congressman, but you know, on June 14th in 1777, Congress did two great things. You know what those were?
The Army.
One, they created the United States Army, which I served 33 years in some way, shape, or form. And they also recognized the flag. You recognize the United States flag. And no one knows more about what that symbolizes than veterans. You know, 12 times or over a dozen times in my military career as a general officer, I presented that flag to the families of soldiers killed in combat. And if you don't believe in America, you can't do that. If you don't have faith, you can't do that. So that flag symbolizes everything we stand for. When you say the Pledge of Allegiance, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. It's, you know, under one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You say that every time, so take it to heart. Get involved. Reagan, thank you for your great comments. I agree wholeheartedly with everything you said, because this flag symbolizes what America's all about, and I'm glad to be a part of it, and both from my military service and as your elected official right here in Lake County. Thank you very much. I have the great honor and distinct privilege of introducing a truly great American. And this guy is a veteran of World War II, of Korea, and he represents a fabulous organization that I'm going to let him tell you about, but without any further ado, my good friend, Mr. Don Van Beckman.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think it's only fitting to tell you that with our podium here, we're going to have a little trash talk this morning.
That joke is very trash.
You'll excuse me if I shake a lot. It's not because I'm nervous. It's just because I've got, I don't know, something. So I shake a lot. How many of you have been down to the Veterans Memorial? How many of you don't know that it's even there? Okay? Let me tell you where it is. It's in downtown Leesburg, behind City Hall. There's a lake, and right there is the monument. This monument right now has close to 9,000 names on it and about 670 bricks on the deck. It's one of the largest memorials in the southeast United States. The next picture is the Korean War Monument. You got the right ones here? How many Korean War vets do we have here? Do we have any Korean War vets?
All right.
Please stand up. are 1,500 World War II and Korean vets dying every day. There's not many of us left. The local Korean War Vets chapter has 121 members, and they meet each month. And if you'd like to know more about it, we have a table over there so you can get some information on it. It's one of the 3 largest clubs in the United States. Next is our most exciting memorial. If you haven't seen this Huey, it's really something else. We dedicated it last November 11th. I want to see the Korean War or the Vietnam vets stand up. Where are you? I know you're here somewhere. Thank you. You might see that there's a couple of grunts sitting on the deck ready to jump out, and there's an M60 gunner and a pilot and co-pilot, and it's lit all night. It's really something to see. So if you haven't been down there, please do so. We won't charge you anything. As you may or may not know, that's what the GIs or grunts flew to work. Is that right, Vietnam vets?
Yeah.
I bet every one of the Vietnam vets here has flown to work in one of those Hueys.
Oh, actually, no. It's a bus.
See, get on my list here. You vets can be on the memorial wall for $20 in your DD 214. If you'll stop over here after this meeting, we'll give you some information on that. Okay, are there any World War II vets out here? Any of them? Can you stand up? Now let me show you our next project.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
We're going to honor our World War II vets with this monument. And when I designed it, it suddenly came to mind that there were no women on it. Make sense? So we decided to put up 4 additional memorials for the whacks, the waves, the spars, and believe it or not,
Rosie.
What's her name?
Rosie.
Rosie the Riveter. If you might notice, in the left hand, or in the left-hand corner, what does it say? Kilroy was here. Now, some of you old vets know what that is, but I'm not going to go into it because it's a great story how that came about. Let's see. I guess I could probably go on for another 20 minutes. What we're planning to do is have this memorial up on November 11th and have it dedicated at that time. What I'd like to do next is put a Humvee there and an A-10 Warthog. But that's going to take some work with the city commissioner. It took us 8 months to get the Huey approved by the city. All right, can I answer any questions from anybody? I guess you didn't hear anything I said, right? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Don. A lot of great work, and again, if you haven't been to that park, that memorial, check it out. It's something, the Huey helicopter, man. You look at that thing and you wonder how they got people out of there. It's just amazing. Things continue here. Well, I tell you, we got a great lineup all day long here as we celebrate Flag Day. I want to thank again everybody for being here because, you know, and also thank all the veterans that are here today. Thank you so much. Give them a good round of applause. So we're going to continue with the speakers this morning, and now we'd like to introduce State Senator Dennis Baxley joining us. Dennis?
Is this a great country or what? Hometown America. This is where the heart of America is, right here. And it's not over. Is it over? No. It's not over. And this year, I think we've had a lot of victories. We've seen the conflict. We've seen the pushback. It's never been easy to stand for what's right. And what we've seen is the heart of America renewed. You know, everybody's not going to get it. It's always been that way. It's always been a few who had that heart for the core of America. We see it in our soldiers. We see it in our local officials. We see it in our law enforcement. They still love this country, and they're determined to defend it. And we're with them, right? We're with them. I'll leave you with just one thought. Nothing significant is ever done alone. Nothing significant is ever done alone. But one person can make a difference. And you see a lot of those one persons today who found their peace of protecting what we care about most. Life, liberty, family, faith, opportunity, everything that this country has provided that lifted the whole world. Thank you for never forgetting that and always caring about it. And your determination. A few people can make a big difference. God bless you.
And a note, Senator, we understand the caffeine that you use will be for sale later this afternoon. All right? He's not a politician. Oh, good Lord. All right, we got more guest speakers here. I'll tell you what, it's going great. Marianne Pastilli is here, right? Marianne?
Yes,
Marianne, president of the Southeast Volusia Republican Club, in charge of voter registration, and I guess the... She's going to be coming up here to say a few words.
Hey, Marianne.
Don't step on my buddy there.
Hey, everyone. How you doing today? Happy birthday, President Trump. God bless America on Flag Day. My name is Marianne Pastilli. I am president of the Southeast Volusia County Republican Club. I also was a regional director for the RPOF during the election for the intense ground game that brought us to victory. On January 20th, 2017, President Donald J. Trump gave our country back to we the people. And it is our job to maintain. Each and every one of us have a duty as Americans to do this. We the people must keep the passion and the movement going. Events like this help us to meet up and support each other. Thank you, Cheryl Hall. Cheryl, would you stand? Cheryl Hall and her club. And Joe, where are you at? Okay. Cheryl Hall and her club and volunteers for putting on this awesome event. Cheryl, you are a true patriot and a huge Trump supporter. Well, As Steve Bannon said, if you think they're going to give you your country back without a fight, you are sadly mistaken. Every day is going to be a fight. And boy, is it ever. Do you agree? But we have the greatest weapon. And who knows what this paper is? Everyone knows what this paper is. This paper is power. It's called a voter registration. And no, you just don't hand it to people and tell them to send it in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's called voter contact. As the left continues to resist and protest, we will work smart and stay ahead with voter registration. And by doing this, we will turn all Florida red.
That's right.
It takes work, but remember, great men and women died for our freedom. And it is our job on the homeland to keep that freedom. And the paper that will guarantee that freedom is this piece of paper, folks.
Yep. Yep.
So don't just make phone calls and mail letters. Get out there in the community and speak to everyone, wherever you go. Always keep a voter registration in your purse, in the glove compartment of your car, or somewhere on your person. You never know who you're going to run into. Voter contact equals voter registration equals win. Huge win. And through voter contact, it also creates a healthy dialogue. And remember, keep it civil. We are allowed to agree to disagree. After all, we are all Americans. You may run across a Democrat who voted for Trump, also known as a Trumpocrat. Don't just thank them and take out a voter registration. Tell them President Trump needs them to join the Republican Party, the People's Party. It works every time. In New Smyrna Beach, we were averaging 9 to 12 Democrats a day flipping to Republicans. Remind them we are stronger as one. Just think, if every Republican got just one voter registration in Florida, Florida would glow the reddest of reds. During the primaries, I met these two women who had the passion that I had. We joined forces and did the unthinkable because we were unstoppable.
Althea, Sandy.
We started knocking on a few doors, and then our passion exploded. Sandy Hodgins here went to over 18,000 doors. Afine Macy, over 13,000 doors. And I myself went to over 26,000 doors. We did this every day during the election. Through the 100-degree heat, rain, even a hurricane. Nothing was going to stop us from making America great again. We also formed voter registration drives in every event in our town and throughout Volusia County. We started training and we started bringing on more volunteers, and I thank them every day for what they could do. Of course, a lot of people just can't go every single day like we were, but a lot of people started joining in, and Sandy was a regional field director, and Afine was a team captain. We had people setting up home training in their homes and inviting more and more volunteers. Folks, that's how you get it done. And most of those volunteers were Trump supporters. Our county went solid red, first in decades. You must have a robust and a meaningful voter contact effort and always keep the passion going. We are here today to help in any way with ideas and organizing, and always just a phone call away. I would like to have Sandy and Afine say a few words. Sandy.
Okay, come on. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Sandy.
I first met Mary Ann Bastilli at the Republican headquarters in New Smyrna Beach. I was changing from a Democrat to a Republican to support Donald J. Trump for president of the United States. Mary Ann asked me if I'd like to volunteer to help with the Trump campaign. Thousands of doors later, New Smyrna Beach and Edgewater read Donald J. Trump, President. Yes, I did agree to help. A few doors turned into over 18,000 doors. Every day my view was, if you supported your President Donald J. Trump, then you should automatically, in my view, become a Republican. Yeah. I never really gave them a choice. It was just how you approach them. And we were so successful in turning our county red. It was amazing. There are so many people for Donald Trump. 2 years later, I have a lot of great stories from being door to door. One day was never the same as the day before. If you were on the sidewalk walking your dog or in the parking lot, I was going to talk to you. You couldn't get away from me. So ask this one man. He stopped to compliment me on my car, and before I could even tell him thank you, I had a Republican. So it's all in how you approach them. So yeah, it was great. It was wonderful. I had rotator cuff surgery with bicep surgery at the same time. 4 days later, I was out knocking on doors. I felt Donald Trump needed me, and I told everybody, I need to knock doors. She said, I'll be your driver. And so we became a great team. We're together on everything. So it's been wonderful. So we always took our new Republicans' pictures and we put them on Twitter. So that was when I realized that Afine was attracting cowboys. It was amazing. Who knew? So that was pretty awesome. So I could be up here all day telling you stories, but our point, Mary Ann Bastilli, Afine Casey, and myself insist on is that the ground game works. And you have got to go door to door, you've got to go, and you have to do your voter registrations. And as proof of this, today already we have a new Republican. You would stand, because Paula came forward and said, I need to become a Republican. And I said, we got you, baby. And so face to face, you guys, that's how we're going to win every election. We have to go out there and we have to pound the pavement, go door to door, talk to everybody, Get your voter registration. Pick some up today. Have a couple. Because that one person you may be talking to say, I would love to be a Republican, and you can go, hey, guess what? I got that. Let's do that now. We got you covered. Okay? And I'd also like to thank Cheryl Hall for the great event that she's put on today. She's a great patriot, and I want you to know I appreciate her dedication to Donald J. Trump. And our president, she's done a marvelous job supporting him. She's been on the news a few times. I don't know if you all are on Facebook. We're getting it out there so you can see how hard she's working, and she's running with the cause. And I also would like to thank Marianne Bastilli because she's changed my life. I walked into that club just to become a Republican, and look where I am today. That's amazing, right? It's amazing. So she has gave me one hell of the last 2 years, let me tell you. And we have not, I don't know what holidays are now because we are too busy. So yes, you are our holidays, guys. Yes. So her passion's contagious. And so now I would like to tell you all thank you again for your time. And to me, my best buddy, couldn't do it without you, Afid.
Thank you guys for all being here and celebrating President Trump's birthday with us. Can we have a big applause for him? Fortunately, I didn't make a long speech because I only have 2 minutes.
I took her time.
It's fine. To be a voter, well, I would say lion. We are lions as voter registration people. You have to have passion. You have to know your candidate. You have to have passion for your candidate, and also you have to be a patriot.
That's right.
We went door to door getting voter registration. I don't know if any of you in this audience did go door to door for Donald Trump during his election cycle. All right, most people do not. Well, you have to get your walking shoes on. It is time, because we cannot sit by and let someone else take us for granted. I love our country. I came to this country. I am I guess an immigrant, but I did it all legally. First time I could vote, I registered as a Republican, and I've been a Republican ever since. Okay? There have been times that I said, if Donald Trump is not going to be on the Republican ticket, I'm going to be an independent and be for him anyway. Okay, so thank you, Cheryl. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank
Sandy.
you. Thank you.
It's a great event.
Thank you.
So age doesn't make a difference when you're going out there and doing voter registration. As a fiend is 75 plus young. Okay, I'm just going to sum it up because I'm getting thrown off the stage. President Trump never quits, he never backs down, and will never stop fighting. So with him, we must fight the fight, work smart, until we make America great again. Thank you. Get out there and make Florida red.
Thank you very much. Walter Price wants to come up just for a second here about the thing. Just for a second.
Well, those fine ladies were talking about voter registration, and I just wanted to give everyone here some good news. We have been conscientiously working on a voter registration drive. We just sent out 2,800 letters in the last week from our precinct people. But anyhow, The current count, we have 58,000 NPAs in Lake County, 79,000 Democrats, and this week we went over 100,000 Republicans.
All right. We got Brooke Rennie now, the Republican of Florida, the Director of Party Development, Project Red, going to join us. All right. Come on up.
Wow, y'all have some incredible endurance out there. I am so impressed. You came out on a Saturday to join us early. You're surviving the heat. I want to know why you're here. Someone entertain me. Gentleman with the glasses right there in the red shirt. Why are you here? Okay, all right. Thank you. Gentleman behind you that's about to stand up. Why are you here, sir?
I'm the chairman of the Lake County Board of County Commissioners.
All right. Speaking of which, all of my elected officials, please stand up. Awesome. Thank you all for your service. And our candidates, please stand up. Well, my name is Brooke Rennie. I'm the Director of Party Development with the Republican Party of Florida. And the individuals that just stood up and all of my fellow activists, that's why I'm here today. We have to turn Florida red. We have to keep Florida red. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Project Majority Red, which is going to ensure that our ladies and gentlemen get to seek office, take office, and get to continue to serve us and serve us well and protect our liberties and freedoms as we know them today. So, what is Project Majority Red? Project Majority Red is continuing the off-season development. So if you've ever been involved with a political campaign, you know that you build up about 6 months before the end of the election cycle and you do a little bit of a Chinese fire drill to try to reach all the voters you can before Election Day, right? It would be so much more efficient and worth our while to start building the relationships early and ensure that we're using our Republican executive committees, we're using our Republican clubs, we're using our best activists to continue those relationships, not only with each other, but to continue to build the Republican Party of Florida. So, what is our purpose? REC members, yell out, what is our purpose? To get Republicans elected. Wonderful. Well, we have a second purpose, and that's been touched on before my presentation, and I wanted them to go before my presentation because I wanted you to see activism actually in action.
That's right.
We say that we're activists, right? We say that we're Republicans, we're a part of a great, wonderful party. But are we actually doing what we need to do to ensure that we keep the engine going in the off year? Okay, so some statistics for you. Statewide, our Republican count, the last count that I had, and it may have changed by now, but we are a deficit of 249,480 voters to the Democrats across the state of Florida. Now, as Chairman Price just said, you're doing pretty well in Lake County. Give yourselves a hand that you're doing well in Lake County. All right? The thing about it is this needs to be a regional effort, it needs to be a state effort, because where we're red in Lake County, we have to make up for Broward. We have to safeguard the counties that are about to flip. Just so you have a little bit of a better picture of what's going on statewide. Our counties with 1,000 voters or less to flip red: Dixie, Glades, Polk, Union, Wakulla. All right? I'm sorry? What do I hear? Okay. Counties to keep red because they recently switched or they're within that 1,000 voter range, potentially being overtaken, are Gulf, Hardy, Suwannee, Volusia. Now, Project Majority Red, something that we're really focused on is, like I said, voter registration, but it's getting our third-party voter registration organizations up and running in each county, because that's the development aspect, right? We need to make sure that when you collect those forms, you have someone to turn them into. Because per Florida statute, you have to be responsible for those forms. So keep that in mind. I just wanted to put that little plug in that if you're collecting voter registration forms, you need to ensure that you're working with your Republican Executive Committee. You need to make sure you're working with a local club to make sure that we're doing this the right way and we're safeguarding their right to vote. Okay? Another part of Project Majority Red that I'm really excited about and that you will find particular interest in, our Trump Network.
Yes!
Our Trump Network, why we're here today, we're honoring President Trump's birthday, we're honoring Flag Day because we're strong patriots. We don't want to make mistakes that we've made in the past with potentially alienating strong conservative activists. Regardless of your candidate, we have a common mission. And we need to make sure that the party is doing our part in ensuring that you know you're welcome with us, that we want you, we need your activism, we need your engagement, and we're looking forward to making America great again with you. So I wanted you to know that the party is with you, the party thanks you, and we're really excited to get you involved and engaged in the off year here. So as you can see, from what I just told you, we have a mission, it's clear and defined, we have real things at stake. The political climate is such that there's no such thing as an off year anymore. We are used to having an off year. We just saw what happened in Virginia. There is no such thing as an off year, y'all, and we need to remember that, and we need to remember what's at stake because it's more than just the next election. And with that, I'll yield.
It's time to bring back Houston City Councilman Anthony Sabatini. I think this guy's still in high school, for God's sakes.
Thanks, Ron. It's only been 10 years. I'm extremely honored to be able to introduce to you today our keynote speaker. When we sent him to Tallahassee, he turned the place upside down as a conservative innovator. He reversed the long, destructive Democratic rule, which was hurting Florida for a very long time. He's doing the same thing in Washington, D.C. today. He's one of the most hardworking and fearless constitutional conservatives we've ever had and will have. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Congressman Dan Webster.
So much. It's great to be here today, and it's good to be alive, I'll tell you that. I was thinking about how when I was in college, I went to a concert, and I took a girl with me. Her name was Frances Berry, and her great-great-great-great-grandfather in August of 1814, with the rest of the citizens of Washington, D.C., watched as the British burned their city. The White House, the Capitol, other government buildings were ablaze. The United States was at war with England. And the British had retreated to their ships, which were anchored in Chesapeake Bay, and they took captive Dr. William Beans. He was a prominent physician and a friend of Frances' grandfather, and Frances' grandfather was a lawyer. So he quickly was able to negotiate the opportunity to try to get the release of Dr. Beans. And so he was successful in doing that. However, the British thought that they might have picked up on the fact that they were going to attack Fort McHenry that night, and so they kept them on board the Mendon, the British ship, during the night. The British feared that they might tell if they were to release them then. They released them the next day. As prisoners, they watched as darkness came, fell over the land, obscured Fort McHenry, and the 50-foot American flag was flying there. Suddenly, the cannons from the ships began to just blast away. And during those blasts, you see a little bit of light, you see a little bit of the flag still standing there. The next day dawned. There it was, as Reagan said, Old Glory. There was Old Glory. Still defiantly flying over that bay. The fort had stood. Frances' grandfather was so thrilled that he grabbed an envelope out of his pocket and began to write down those words so beautifully sung by Pam Jones. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched so gallantly gleam. The rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Francis Scott Key Berry, was her grandfather was the one that wrote that, and later on that poem became so popular that in 1931 the United States Congress made it our national anthem. Why? Why? Because the flag is a picture, as was said earlier, of this country and everything it stands for. And so they're heroes. I mean, we think about the price that is paid for liberty. The price, in many ways, is the price of a person's life. And we have not paid it without thought, but we have done it. And through the years, from Valley Forge even to a couple of days ago, people, whether they're in the armed forces or part of our first responders, have responded to risk their lives to save our country, to save our people, to save our government, and to save the picture of all of that, which is the flag. So that one lady, a driver, member of the Capitol Police, took down a would-be assassin. That assassin could have easily taken the lives of 20 members of Congress. They were sitting ducks, except for her heroism. And she had already been wounded. And she took him out. God be the glory. So those American soldiers and others who stood out in American history are one thing. They are courageous. It is just an awesome thing. And you know, those who fear freedom have chosen terror. Terror on our shores, terror across the globe as their weapon. But once again, as is our tradition, American sons and daughters have risen to the occasion with bravery. So those heroes, those that were in the beginning were heroes. Those just a couple of days ago were heroes, American heroes. And they're armed not only with weapons of might, but they're armed with a love for this country and its flag. So they fought. Those people a couple of days ago, those people many years ago, they didn't know us. They didn't know who they were. They never met most of the people they were fighting for. They didn't fight for their families and their friends, but also they fought for strangers. Why? So we could be free. Their lives selflessly given in defense of this flag that we have is the reason we can stand here today, free and grateful. You know what? There are other people who live under different flags who are free today because an American put on a uniform and came here to their country. I was reminded this morning, I was thinking about it. You know, the greatest play in Major League Baseball's history happened April 25th, 1976. Craig Mundy, outfielder for the Chicago Cubs, was playing in the outfield that day in Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. A man came onto the field, out in the outfield, and started to light a flag. Craig Mundy just saw him, and he ran, and he grabbed the flag before he was able to do that. And he ran off the field holding that flag high. So, may that spirit that was in Craig Mundy be in each of us today as we stand up for our flag and our country. Defend our flag. May God bless you and God bless the United States.
Congressman Daniel Webster, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, sir. Thank you. And by the way, that video of the baseball game, you can see it on YouTube. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you see him running out, getting the flag. Anyway, I want to thank again everybody for coming out. We got hot dogs here. We got soft drinks and things like that all afternoon. Celebrating Flag Day here at Taveri Square. I want to thank my buddy Shanks, my mini-me, for joining us. And Anthony Sabatini says he's been out of high school for 10 years. Yeah, me too. Of course, I tried to make it a career. But one quick story before I bring on my hero, Ralph Smith. Yeah. My standards are low. I gotta tell you, I'm from the great state of Maine. Okay? Hey. Now, southern Maine has become liberal lately. A lot of people from Massachusetts and other communist states are moving up there. And I was visiting, but I'm from like central Maine, so it's like, half and half. But my brother-in-law's an attorney, but I still talk to him, and I was in his basement, and he had a picture of Barack Obama. This is the only political thing I'm going to do today. So I'm walking by, and he's got the book, whatever that book was that he wrote, and it's up there in a bookshelf. And he says, "Hey, Ron, there's your favorite president." I said, "Oh, you got a picture of Valerie Jarrett, too?" So, Ralph, come on up here, man. Ralph Smith, ladies and gentlemen. A great Seminole stand. Hey, Ralph, thanks. Thanks for having us out here today. All right.
Give Ron Bison and Shank a hand for coming out here. This guy usually charges, and he did it for us for free, okay?
I did?
Have him at your next birthday party for free.
You get the bill's in the mail, Ralph.
You know what his work is worth, right? Anyway, without any further ado, listen, you guys have been a great audience so far, and you remember when you used to go to the movies and there'd be intermission? Well, we got intermission here. We're going to be having the second part of the day here very shortly, about 15, 20 minutes. We got some live entertainment will be up here in a minute. And in the meantime, we did bring some food. Now, it's not Roost Chris Steakhouse, I'm not going to lie to you, okay? But they're pretty darn good, surprisingly. We got them donated over here by Fish Camp on Lake Eustis, new restaurant, donated to hot dogs. And Aldi is, man, how can you not buy stuff at Aldi? How cheap can food get, you know? It's great. But anyway, help yourself. We got chips, we got water, we got hot dogs. I hope you like hot dogs. We even got a few condiments. And so enjoy. There should be enough for everybody. I think we got 1,000, so that means y'all have 5 helpings each. And by the way, let me thank my beautiful wife for helping me pack all them hot dogs last night. And a little bit further in the event, Cheryl has a list like that long of acknowledgments, and there's other speakers. Some of you spoke already, but some of you will be speaking in the second part, so just hold on. You'll get your turn here very shortly, okay? So without any further ado, you know what? We had Felix do the invocation, but you know, it's a good idea to bless the food. Are there any other ministers here that would like to come up here and do that for us? I don't want to wear Felix out.
Dennis!
Come on. Dennis? Come here, Dennis. Where's Dennis? Get over here. Yeah. Are you a minister? I had no idea. I thought you were a senator.
Let's pray together. Father God, we thank you for this great country. We thank you for the love we just heard about of country that you put in the hearts of so many men and women. And we thank you of how it changed the whole world. And we just pray that you bless this time together. Thank you as we celebrate. Bless this food to our bodies. We give you thanks, and most especially, may our gratefulness bless you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. The food and drinks are right behind here, so you guys can see it.
Before we break, can we get a picture of everyone before people leave? It's
Yeah.
a good thing. We need to post this on social media because I think it's awesome that we all came together to honor the president and honor our flag. So can we do that?
Nobody's leaving yet. Don't leave. Everybody does. There's some pictures going around
here. Can we maybe push outside the tent and get in a group? I want to see flags, posters, whatever you got. Take it with you. Let's do that.
That's why she's in the position she's in with the RQF. She's a smart one.
How about out there by the city hall?
Yeah, bring me back. I got it. I like that. Oh, no, you're perfect.
bastard. You brought your date, didn't you?
I did. I brought my date.
Hey folks, if you're going to get something to eat, go ahead, but don't leave. We got a second part of this coming up here in probably about 20 minutes or so.
Hey, Brooke. The truck over here, you can take a picture with the truck, and they have a drone, and this can go out everywhere. Okay. If you want to take a picture over here with the Jumbotron.
Hey, Ron, my date.
Well, they have a drone. Just throwing it out here.
Where's President Trump?
Everybody, please move to where the Jumbotron truck is. We have a drone in the back. So if everybody moves this way to the back on the other side where I'm speaking, please.
That's not enough room.
Other side. Going to the other side.
Everybody in front of the drone, please. We have a drone that can take a massive picture. And send it out, please. Thank you.
Donald, tell us how's everything going?
Everything is great.
Wait, swimming, great, thanks.
What are we doing?
I'm making the video for the group here, so. All right, so now what's your name and you're running for what?
I'll just tell you briefly. I'm
Sure.
Carla Spalding, Spalding, and I'm actually running for Congress in District 23 against Debbie Wasserman Schultz.
Against, Debbie?
Yes.
Oh, well, let me shake your hand.
Everybody better shake their hand.
Okay,
Because we
and
are going to win
what
that district.
cities are in that district?
Several. It's a very large county, a very large district actually. It starts from Broward, majority of Broward, all the way to Miami.
And so is it like a gerrymandered district?
It's like an...
Corrine's was?
like an L shape.
Okay.
From Weston to the east, then it goes all the way south, and Vixen parts.
And what do you think are your chances of beating her?
Right now, hell
Or
of
you're
a
testing.
good chance.
Well,
of beating
good.
her.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's about time we drained the swamp. It's about
There-
time
good
we
answer.
take over this state, and we are going to win.
And what are some of the planks of your position? What are some of the things that you'd like to fix when you get in Congress?
Well, number one, my major issues are veterans. I am a veteran.
Okay.
And I
cool.
actually worked at the VA hospital for several years, taking care of our veterans. So I know it like the back of my hand.
Yeah.
And my goal is not to really support people who use veterans to get in office,
Yeah.
and once they're in, they forget about us, except for Donald Trump. So I'm really excited about taking care of our veterans, about the health care, our young people. I'm also a teacher. I teach at a college.
Thank you for your service.
Oh,
Welcome
yes.
home. It's all good now. Where's your MOS? What rank were you?
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Matter of fact, what was your MOS?
I was an SK and I'm an E4.
You-
I'm in the
SK.
Navy. It's called a storekeeper.
Okay.
The last part, and it was an E4. Which apparently doesn't exist.
Okay.
So, as for district and what we want to do for the people in general, listen, we've been suffering too long. Too many people are still unable to make ends meet. Too many people still cannot afford the health insurance. Too many people are still suffering, or elderly. We just got to get people in office who really understand, and I think they just don't understand. They just don't. There's no possible way.
Yeah.
So I think we need... Congress is made of approximately 80% of attorneys. Who are they representing? Certainly not me. So, not you either. So we need to change that and start putting regular people who understand
We'll
the
move back a
regular
little
issues.
bit so I can get all your hand waving there.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And so now what kind of work did you do before? Or what was the professional background once you got out of the military?
At first, I went the long route. I actually was a medical assistant. Then I went to school to do my registered nursing associates.
Okay.
Then went back for my bachelor's, and now I do have a master's in nursing of science. And
In what science?
Nursing of science,
Oh,
along with a
okay.
concentration in education.
Cool.
So double. And so a master's in nursing of science with a concentration in education as well. So I actually am a psych nurse. And
oh, well, maybe you definitely are needed in Washington, D.C.
Absolutely. They can use me very much so.
Now, do I detect a little bit of an accent there?
Yes,
That isn't British.
I'm from a beautiful island called Kingston, Jamaica. That's where I was born.
Cool. All right.
And raised there, came here at around 18 years old, and then I joined the United States Navy.
Okay, good. Well, welcome aboard. We're glad that you drove. How far away was it that you had to drive up here?
3 hours, but it was well worth it. Yes, sir.
We really appreciate you coming up here.
Thank you.
And thank you for running against you-know-who.
Debbie Wasserman Schultz.
Yeah.
Here I come.
All right.
Please go to my website and donate as much as you can.
What is your website?
Spalding, SPALDING.
Yeah.
ForCongress.com.
Okay.
Volunteer with us. Help us.
Great.
And we can
Thank
do
you.
it. Have a great day.
All right, everyone fall in. Hold it steady. All right, I'm going to take one more. Hold it steady. Hold it steady, folks.
Great band.
You guys are rock stars. This is awesome.
Should we sing happy birthday?
You should.
All right, everybody ready? We're singing happy birthday.
Hold on, wait, let me get a video. Hold on, momentum.
Oh, never mind. We're doing it at full speed. Never mind.
Go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Okay, come on, let's. You're blocking my camera again.
Thank you,
I'm sorry, but they asked me to give the film. And wait, hold it up.
It's gone back and forth, you know. But, everybody's had that up. All right, so the parking lot, the church is
Walter, get her so where her pictures are. Get her to send you the pictures or a link. Yeah.
Yes, sir, I will.
Now, okay, we're here with somebody that is a preacher, but he does something else. Who are you and what do you do?
It's my pleasure to serve all this area in Senate District 12 in the Florida Senate. And it's really exciting to come home to hometown America right here in Tavares today, right in the middle of the district.
And what's your name?
Dennis Baxley, your state senator.
All right. And anything you want to tell the audience for the film that I've made of this event?
Well, this is all about celebrating the Flag Day, our American heritage, how grateful we are, and of course the President's birthday. And we are in a period of tremendous change and friction to accomplish things. This is still a great country, and you can see the heart of America out here today. We're still looking for those things that matter most: faith, family, freedom, opportunity. That makes the difference right here in hometown America.
Great. Thank you very much. And here is the Trump mobile. All right, and Ginger for Trump is right there.
Sorry, I walked into your shop.
You need a big garage for that car. And here we are. That's the Tavares, Florida City Hall. And that's Congressman Dan Webster walking inside right now.
I officially taste tested the hot dogs. They're good to go.
Are you helping, or are you just standing there eating in place?
50-50. Well, I'm trying to help Ralph out. He said, whatever hot dogs we don't finish off, and as you can see, we have many more, because you got to eat after church tomorrow.
Oh.
Might be 2 Sundays.
I'll have to try one. Who donated the hot dogs?
I believe it was Buster Tubbs. I believe it was either Buster Tubbs or it might have been
Eustace Fish Camp. Eustace Fish Camp donated that. And
I heard there was lobster here.
Yeah.
You're only allowed 20.
That's Buster Tubbs' place right there. Matter of fact,
See if we can get one. Everybody in there. Yes.
Don't move yet. Hang on a minute. This is the good camera.
I've seen that guy.
There we go.
I can't see you.
Where'd you go get those?
There we go. Now we can see you. All right.
What's up, Sue? Our last name is Hale. We met Bruce. Remember, Nathan Hale.
Okay, here we are, and we've rounded up another elected official. And who is this?
Larry Metz. I'm State Representative of District 32 in Central and South Lake County.
Okay, and Larry, here we are at Flag Day. Any particular reason why you think people should be here?
I think it's very important that we renew our commitment to freedom every year, and this is one of the events that we can do that at. If you look at our flag and you ask yourself, what does that flag stand for? I think you have to answer that probably with the word freedom, or perhaps the word liberty, and I think it really enshrines those concepts wonderfully. And so on Flag Day, we should take a moment to reflect on what the meaning of the flag is. We all know what it is. It's the flag of our country, but what is the meaning of it? What does it stand for? And I think it stands for freedom or liberty, that being the freedoms that we have and enjoy and that we often take for granted. So on days like this, I think it's important to come together and try to remember in the real world sense what freedom means to us. The ability to come to an event like this and to know that even though we have certain representatives of government here, they're not here to censor us, they're not here to stand in the way of our expression of our ideas. That's our First Amendment rights that we enjoy here, that we sometimes take for granted, and that are oftentimes under assault by some in the country. Also, the freedom of religion, the freedom of assembly, the freedom to petition government with your grievances. These are all fundamental freedoms that the flag represents, and that we have to rededicate ourselves to each and every year that we think of it on days like this, not to the exclusion of other important days, and really we should do it every day of the year if we can.
Okay, the Florida legislature just finished. What were some of the things that you were able to get pushed through?
Well, we had the regular session end in early May, and we had a special session that ended last week. And I'm proud that we had one of the bills I sponsored enacted into law and signed by Governor Scott, which is the implementation of Amendment 3 from last year. That's the amendment that authorized a tax exemption for permanently and totally disabled first responders whose disability occurred in the line of duty to our state. So now that that law has become effective, qualified individuals can go to their property appraisers for the current year, and it's retroactive back to January 1st, to get the exemption on their homestead property, provided they meet the requirements of the law, which is total and permanent disability in the line of duty.
Great.
So that's a general bill that was passed through. I also had 2 local bills that have to do with government accountability issues, one for the North Lake County Hospital District, which I know you're well familiar with. We simply updated that law to reflect that the current expiration of the district will be in 2027 unless the voters renew it again for 10 more years in the general election of 2026. The way the law is written, it's every 10 years the voters now get to weigh in on that, as opposed to the previous situation, which it was in existence ad infinitum, but we changed that with our 2012 reform bill. So that was one of the local bills that made it through that Governor Scott signed. The other one had to do with the Lake County Water Authority, which is a special district intended to protect the lakes, streams, and canals of Lake County, and we simply took a look at that under our oversight responsibilities and decided to rein in some of the powers that were not necessary to that special district that would allow it to grow and have mission creep. We took that away, but we've maintained the ability of that entity to do the good work that it does do, protecting the quality of our lakes, rivers, and streams and canals in Lake County. So that was also signed into law by Governor Scott. Those are the 3 that I had that made it all the way through the process. I had 7 other measures that I sponsored that made it through the House but were not acted on by the Senate, including a bill that would define and prohibit sanctuary policies in the state of Florida. The House passed that bill, but the Senate would not act on it. So we'll have to come back next year and try again on that one, and others as well.
Okay. Any last thing you'd like to tell voters that might be watching this?
Well, I just appreciate the opportunity to serve as a representative from District 32 in the Florida House. I've served now for 7 legislative sessions, 7 years in other words. I have 1 more session left in 2018. I'm term limited, so I'm not a candidate for office right now, and I'm not planning to be at this point. But I really appreciate the opportunity to serve and to represent people and try to enforce in the state laws and state budgetary decisions the freedoms that we all cherish, maintaining our fidelity to the principles of limited government, less regulation, and more individual freedom and responsibility. So it's been an honor and a privilege to serve, and I look forward to having a successful 2018 session beginning in January.
Okay.
Thank you for covering this, Vance. Appreciate your good work.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Representative Larry Metz. All right, we're here at Flag Day, and I hope that it's pretty loud.
It's okay.
And so, what's your name, and you're running for office? What is it?
My name is Christine Quinn, and I'm running for U.S. Congress in the 14th District, Hillsborough County, Tampa, Florida.
And is there an incumbent you're running against?
I am running against Kathy Castor, who is an extreme liberal Democrat who votes 100% of the time with Nancy Pelosi. So she has got to go because she is a thorn in Trump's side. And we really need to pull together as Republicans and look at that seat and take this race very seriously. I ran against her last year. We only had 7 months. It was not enough time to put together a good strategy, and I still beat her in numerous districts and precincts, as well as brought in more numbers than any other Republican that ever ran against her. And I'm new to Tampa. So I moved my business here 4 years ago from California to get away from the liberal-minded politics that are going on in California, only to come here and I'm running into those same roadblocks with Kathy Castor. So I'm done with Kathy Castor. We're going to get rid of her, and we're going to get on the Trump train and support Donald Trump. We need me in Congress to be a vote for what's good and great about America.
Yeah. I moved here from Orange County 10 years ago to get away from the liberals out there.
Oh, very good. I grew up in Costa Mesa, California.
Oh, did you? Yeah. I lived there actually for a while in Newport and Huntington Beach.
That's my stomping ground. And then I was the past president of the Oceanside Republican Women's Federation.
Oh, okay.
And collectively together we turned San Diego County red. And we can do that here. We have to have a well-laid plan, but as we all know, a well-laid plan is only as good as its execution. So we need to execute those plans. We may have won the battle getting President Donald Trump elected, but now we have to win the war. And now it's time to really put our boots on, dig our heels in, and start fighting for our republic. We are a republic. You know, I think that America is confused about what a democracy is and what a republic is. And our flag stands for one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In a republic, that's what we're pledging to. We're not pledging to a symbol. We're not pledging to a flag, an inanimate object. We're pledging to the republic, one nation under God. That's what our forefathers foresaw for our future. And it allowed us in that republic to make amendments to the Constitution. And those amendments are to be for the minorities, but it's to get the majority that they don't get to rule over everybody as in a monarchy. So when we can understand the difference and clearly define our roles of what our country is based on, truly we will win the war.
That's great. Now, do you know who the Sentinels are in the Heritage Action?
I do.
And do you know Karen Jarosh that's down there?
Not personally,
Oh,
but I
okay.
do know
She's
the name.
she's the Florida coordinator for it, and I'm one of the Sentinels, so I know her.
Oh, very
and,
good.
they're having their big conference here in Orlando in September.
Wow.
The national conference. They moved it here before they've been in other states.
Well, I'd love for them to invite me so that we can get some very good coverage, because what people don't understand is that's the 4 corridor. Hillsborough County, all our Republicans just keep saying, well,
Right.
you know, it's Democrat, we can't win it. If Donald Trump took that opinion, he wouldn't be president today. We can win it, we can take it back, and that is a pivotal point.
Yeah.
We have not only MacDill Air Force Base, we have an international airport, we have an international port, and Mr. Anderson is in the back pocket of Kathy Castor. So when we start looking at what the underlying factors and the underlying forces that are coming against us, then we can win the battle and we can win the war. And with Christine Quinn as your congresswoman, I will fight for our rights in America to do the right thing every time.
Do you have a website that people can go to?
I do. It's I almost gave you my business website. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm a businesswoman first. I am not a politician.
Okay.
So my website is quinnforcongress.org, and we would love your support.
Okay, and what kind of business are you in?
I own a seasoning company. It's called My Family Seasonings. We're an all-natural, no MSG, gluten-free, natural. We are the only seasoning company in the world that precisely measures the exact amount of each ingredient into every bag. No fillers, no preservatives. It's truly a very delicious flavor profile on your meats.
Cool.
And we're sold nationwide. We're in Publix, we're in all the commissaries, and we also do our best to give back 10% of our proceeds to help charities, the March of Dimes charities, the babies charities, and as well as our military, our veterans associations across the nation.
Great. Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
He's gone. Okay, with that being said, the cupcakes were donated by Walmart. Please enjoy, but do not forget to sign our president's birthday card right here. I will be sending it to our president personally, so please make sure you all sign it. And at all our tables, you've known that we had the hot dogs from fish camps, chips and sodas donated by Walmart. So please enjoy. At this point, I'm going to bring Rich up to sing happy birthday for a second. He's going to play on his guitar. You going to do it, Rich, or not? It's yes or no? You're in the limelight. No? Okay. So I'm going to bring up Anthony Sabatini.
You were there a while ago. I can't keep up with you.
And Anthony's going to start announcing the speakers.
All right, thanks everybody for coming. Everybody who's hanging out on the perimeter here, if you guys want to come back inside, cool off, get out of the sun, and come enjoy some awesome speeches by people who come from all over the state. So I'll give you guys a second to come on in.
Come on, Cheryl, get out of the way.
All right, to get us started today, we got a candidate for governor of the great state of Florida, Dan Baldorf. Come on up, Dan.
Okay, that was pretty close. So for the record, it's Dawn, and it's bald off. Just remember that.
He's just out of high school.
But it's okay, he's just out of high school. But luckily, I don't think he's a snowflake. It's going to melt on us, so we're good. Okay? So, in the 2-minute drill here, I want to tell you that, our official campaign kickoff isn't until July 1st over at Frankie's Patriot Barbecue in Clearwater. But when this event came up, I said, I've got to come over to this because these are great people over here, and I got to spend some time there, okay? Now, honoring our president, one of the things I love about the guy, you all right? Okay, good. One of the things I love about our president is he'll say things, and people will freak out, oh, that can't be, that's wrong, and then 2 days later, what happens, folks? Uh-oh, he is right. Holy cow. So, with that, one of my main points on my platform, since I don't have a lot of time here, is I'm going to tell you that if I am elected governor of the state of Florida, from the moment that I drop my hand after taking that oath of office, I will honor my oath of office, and by doing that, I will honor our Constitution, I'll honor all of our founding documents that are in this book, and not a single Floridian will ever again pay a direct federal income tax to the federal government, and no businesses, no death tax. We will evict the people out of the IRS buildings and change the locks. And if you think I can't do it, it's right here, House Document 398 from the 69th Congress, printed in 1927. We've had the truth for 90 years, okay? This is one of the original 10,000 copies. Let me tell you what they lied to us about that we got with the truth here. First, they tell us the Constitutional Convention was secretive and nobody knows what was said. The reason this book is so thick, 636 pages of James Madison's notes from the convention. You want to know what they said? I can tell you what they said every day. Okay? The other big lie. They tell you that the Constitution replaced the Articles of Confederation. That's why they pass out those little pocket constitutions. Folks, that's only part 2. The Constitution is an amendment to the Articles of Confederation, also known as the Federal Constitution, which is what founded our country, which was what founded our union. It's been a perpetual union ever since. It has not been replaced. It's been amended. Why that's important, why they don't want you to know that, is that under Part 1 of our Constitution, the state legislatures are solely responsible for funding the union. The money has to go through every state legislature to go to Washington, D.C., or as I like to call it, Pillage Village. Okay? They did that because they want the states to be able to audit the spending of the federal government and only give them money for things they told them to do. That's the way it's supposed to be done. And by doing that, we will reduce the size of the federal government because we're not going to give them money for Jimmy Carter's Department of Education. Okay? I got the 1 minute sign. That's cool because I can wrap it up in a minute. Okay? Thank you. Bottom line is, our country wasn't built by cowards. Freedom favors the bold. Okay? I want to make America great again, and I want to make government sane again. Thank you. I'm Don Baldock. I appreciate the time and the opportunity.
Give it up for Don. All right, thank you so much. Next up the bat, we got Christine Quinn, candidate for United States Congress, 14th District, Hillsborough. So come on up, Christine. In the meantime, don't forget to stop by Diane's table, sign up for the We the People Stand With Trump Club. You can stay informed of all of the different events we're going to be holding all around the year. Different things. Get on our email list, and here's Christine.
Yay, Christine! All right, well, let's get this party going. right, and I know we've saying happy birthday, but let's do a true, heartfelt happy birthday with music. Where's our guitar guy? It's supposed to be here. Where's it? Are you the guitar guy? Guitar guy, you can play happy birthday. Come on. All right, well, I can't sing, so I can't carry a tune, so the rest of y'all are going to have to sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear President. Happy birthday to you. And in our household, we always sing this. May the good Lord bless you and all that you do. May Mary and Jesus smile down upon you. Now, mind you, I cannot sing, and so I just did that. I got you, buddy. All right. So I find it's a little ironic that my speech today is on a well-laid plan, and at the last minute I changed cars and left all my stuff in the other car. So that wasn't a very well-laid plan. But it's my honor and privilege to be here today to speak to so many great Republicans, great Americans, that we've all fought so hard for our president to become president. And it's all the volunteers. It's all of you who work so hard, endlessly, unpaid. A lot of people get paid to go out and canvass neighborhoods, but we did this for this man for free.
Okay, I'll bring you in.
That's right. And you know who was our greatest champion? Well, many great champions, but Cheryl has sacrificed so much, given up so much of her time for free to put this event together, and also all the things she did for the president. But you know what's amazing about Cheryl? Is she stood up, besides everything, she stood up at the DMV for her right to wear a hat when the Muslims were wearing their burqas. Now, why are we going to concede in the United States of America that these women can have their religious rights and we can't have ours? I think if we all look in our pockets today, every single person who has change or a bill has "In God We Trust" in your pocket. Our country is based on one nation under God, and in that God we trust, right? So why, as politicians, can we not say we can talk about God? Why are we leaving that out of the equation? Who said, oh, you should never talk about politics and religion? Who said that? Who made that rule?
The left.
No. We should be able to have civil conversations about God and about politics. So anyway, on this day that we're celebrating Donald Trump's birthday, the United States Army and the flag, it's very important to remember what that flag stands for. It's not just an inanimate object. It's the meaning behind it. And what's the meaning behind it? Republic. I think that America doesn't understand the difference between democracy and what a republic is. So, just in case you didn't know, I brought with me what a republic is. There is a problem with the definitions, and I think this is what causes all of the conflict between Democrats and Republicans. The original definition of a republic, which is what is in use at the time of the founding of the United States, is a group in which there is equality among its members. The states are equal among the group that comprises the federal government. The modern definition of republic, however, is pretty much identical to the representative democracy, a state in which supreme power is held by the people and their elected representatives, and which has an elected or nominated president rather than a monarch. But there's becoming a very fine line between the republic and what a democracy is. And a republic is based on laws, and our country is based on laws. We do not have an immigration problem. We have an enforcement problem. We already have a law in this land, and we're not enforcing it, and then we're not supporting those men and women who put on their uniforms every day to uphold the law. And then what happens? We have anarchy. We have people who do not respect our military men and women. They do not respect our police officers, and they don't realize they're human beings. They have families. They go home to a wife and children every night, and every morning they get up and put their boots on to protect us. Those are the laws of the land. This is a country based on laws. And when we start, 1 or 2 minutes, when we start to recognize and support our men in blue, we won't be having these gang members or these other people going out there and shooting them. It's called respect, and that's where it begins. But I really want to talk. I hate when they only give us 2 minutes. How can we talk about what's so important in this country in 2 minutes? It just kind of threw. So, anyway, you kind of threw me off there a little bit. Okay. Sorry. We have to remain diligent. Let me start at the beginning. Oh, goodness. So if we have heard many times a well-laid plan is only as good as its execution. We had a plan to get Trump elected. We executed that plan, and together we got Trump elected. We won the battle, but now we have to win the war. The war that is raging against our republic, against America, and against what our flag represents, liberty and justice for all. Democrats have missed the mark. We have to speak up and continue to fight and be the light for the world. This isn't just about America. This is about the world and how the world views, and they're counting on America to do the right thing. We have to remain diligent, and we have to start to boldly speak about our history, and we have to learn from our history so that we can navigate for the future. Americans truly are good people. When push comes to shove, we dig our heels in and we do the right thing. Perseverance and commitment to what the American dream is really about is what has made us united, and we stood together, and because we did, we elected President Donald J. Trump. So, we won the battle. Now we have to win the war. And the only way we're going to win that war is if we start looking at Congress. I'm running for U.S. Congress in the 14th District at Tampa, Florida, Hillsborough, a key strategic on the I-4. Not only do we have an international airport, we have an international port. We also have MacDill. And it's very important for the whole United States to recognize that Kathy Castor does not support our military, does not support securing our port there, because one of the main problems that we have in Tampa is sex trafficking. And it's coming right through that port, and she turns her blind eye. And that's why I stood up to fight. We also need to look at the immigration issues, and she wants to make that a sanctuary city. Really? Are we going to stand for that here in Florida? Are we going to allow that to happen? Well, the only way we can stop that from happening is to get rid of Kathy Castor. That means everybody needs to support me. Whether you like me or not, I don't really care. I'm going to fight for our rights. I'm going to fight to do the right thing, and I'm going to be a vote with Donald Trump. I'm going to stand strong with him no matter what. And therefore, what's going to push her vote out, my vote in, and we win the battle. That's right. And I can do that. And you know what? I will boldly speak. I am not afraid. And when people come against me, that's your opinion, but we're going to do the right thing, and we're going to always do the right thing. And you can count on Christine Quinn to do the right thing. So I hope that even though I'm not really in your county, you recognize the importance of that 14th district. Don't let Republicans come in and tell you, oh, well, that's a Democrat city. There's more Democrats than there's Republicans. You'll never win that battle. If Donald Trump listened to those naysayers, he would not be President of the United States of America today. And I am as bold as Donald Trump. And I want you to know that I am the only candidate in the United States that spoke at Donald Trump's rallies. I met him many times, and he looked me straight in the eyes, and he said, we're going to help you win. Now, how can I lose? Because I have the support of Donald Trump, and when he says he's going to do something, that is a man that does not lie. He will get the job done. So I hope you will support me, even though you're not in my county. Remember, Congress makes laws. I will be there to make the right laws and the right choices for America and for good for all people, not just the majority, the minorities, everyone. So I hope that you will support me, Christine Quinn. I know you want me to get off this stage, but it is quinnforcongress.org. Quinn to win. Will I join the Freedom Watch caucus? Absolutely. And I want you also to know, I am a DAR. I'm a daughter of the American Revolution. And if everyone gets out their phones and they can look up my heritage, Sevier. Have you ever heard of Sevier County, Tennessee? That's my great-great-great-great-grandfather. So you're looking at the granddaughter of the first governor of Tennessee and a congressman. Thank you very much.
Hey, my name is Bill Sigenthaler, and I'm not running for anything. I tell you what, it's hot out here. I haven't sweated this bad since November of last year. Y'all remember that night? Remember how nervous you were going to bed?
I wasn't nervous.
Let me tell you something. I stayed up till 4 o'clock in the morning because I knew that man was going to win. And I had some elderly people texting me that late. I know they hadn't been that late up since the 70s. Woo! Now listen, I'm over here, and this is a little fundraiser we're doing for the club. There's 2 things we got going on. I made these postcards. They say, "Keep up the good work, President Trump. The American people are with you." On the back, they're already addressed to President Trump. For $1, come over to my booth over here, write a little note to him. We're going to put the stamp on it tomorrow and put them in the mail. I've made 1,000 of them, so you guys need to get a few apiece, right? But I want to make sure that when he gets his mail, he sees this. Keep up the good work. There's too many naysayers out there in the media that are distorting the message. The other thing is, we've got that Trump birthday card. Please, everybody, sign it before you leave today, because we'd like to have that's going to be hand delivered to him, and we'd like for him to see that support he's got here in South Lake County and Lake County. Thank you.
All right. That was fantastic. Thank you, Bill. Hello, everybody. Can you all hear me out in the back there? Yes? Okay, good. Thank you, Glenn. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Annie Marie Delgado, and I've had the great honor and privilege of serving our president. I've worked for Mr. Trump for decades. When he hired me as the Florida State Director for Grassroots and Coalitions, that was the 4th time he's hired me. And I can tell you, he is the real deal. Donald Trump is the real deal. And as we certainly know, ladies and gentlemen, that when Donald Trump makes a promise, he follows through and he keeps it. We are so honored to have him as our president in so many different ways. And today I can tell you that immediately after the primaries, where myself and many other directors and many county chairs and so many volunteers from the grassroots efforts made this possible to win 66 out of 67 counties in the state of Florida. And that was awesome. That was awesome. And that was with a sitting senator, no less. That was historic. Many historic things happened during this campaign and throughout the state of Florida. But not only the state of Florida, but the United States of America. And that was with all the hard effort and commitment of so many Americans that did not accept he can't win. We showed him different. We didn't. Certainly showed them different. But that being said, then the Republican National Committee hired me to open a headquarters, which again was historic. First time ever that the Republican National Committee out of Washington opened up a headquarters here in Florida, and it was amazing. It was amazing. We had so many volunteers and so many people making phone calls. We averaged 2,700 phone calls a day out of that office of people, not robocalls, people. Many days it was 4,500 phone calls going out of there, so that makes a difference. But I could not have done that without the help of some really important people. Many of my coalition groups, which many are here right now, my veterans for Trump are here, my bikers for Trump are here, my blacks for Trump are here. Welcome, Maurice. All right. So many different coalitions. We have Kat that was with us here, working strong and working hard. I've seen many other folks that have been here through the course of the day. But most importantly, the people that make the commitment and have traveled not only Florida, but the United States. And certainly, you see that car out there, that Trump car, That Trump car has been in so many different places, including in Washington, D.C. for the inauguration. And I'd like to thank Carl and Nina for all of their commitment that they have done. God bless you both. God bless you both, and God bless Finland as well. And then, of course, we have the Trump Jumbotron, which that truck back there, again, follows us wherever we go with their commitment. So Josh and Joey, thank you so very much. If you're back there and you can hear me. And certainly, at this point in time, I'd like to take the opportunity to tell you that I'm about to introduce to you a magnificent candidate that's running for Congress. And this particular candidate, hey, Brooke, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for being here. Brooke from RPOF, thank you. Absolutely. This candidate, I will tell you, brings the kind of integrity, brings the kind of qualifications that we need to take Debbie Wasserman Schultz and fire her. What do you say? Are you with me on that? Are you with me on that? Well, I can tell you, this is a candidate that will do it. This is a candidate that can do it, and we will do it together. So, without further ado, I introduce to you Ms. Carla Spalding, running for Congress, District 23.
Yes, guys, welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming out to celebrating this wonderful event, Flag Day, and of course not forget our wonderful President Trump, who is celebrating his 71st birthday. And I have to tell you, people wonder and they ask, how is he doing this? Because they're not expecting it. Because most politicians, they tell you what, everything you want to hear, and when they get into office, guess what? They do as they please. Now here is our president that is doing exactly what he said and what he promised, and that's what he's delivering to us. And we have to say thank you, and it's a great day to celebrate. As a veteran myself, I understand perfectly. Yes. What it means to fight for freedom and to stand up for exactly what you believe in, and we will continue to fight this fight until it's over. Then don't forget too, I'm a nurse, a registered nurse who worked at the VA hospital, who took care of our veterans for several years. It's amazing. I know the VA like the back of my hand. I know exactly what our veteran needs and what to provide for them. And of course, I'm a psychiatric nurse. So, needless to say, Congress cannot do without me. They need me. And look at what happened. Congressman Scalia. We're living in a time where they think they have to fight physically to harm us because we may not agree with their values. How long shall we put up with that? How long and why should we have to put up with that? We as Republicans must come together to win this fight. Because at the end of the day, we are all Americans. So, even though I may not be in your district, I urge you, if you want to make District 23 red and get Debbie Wasserman Schultz out of that seat, join us. Get on our campaign, Spalding for Congress, SPALDING for Congress. Please encourage everyone. Thanks to Annie Delgado, she's on our campaign, Luck and Maurice and all of you. Whatever you can do to help us, Blacks for Trump, everyone, I encourage you and continue to support our president and what he wants to do. And for those who are not, they can either stand by, but we're going to kick them out of there, one way or the other. So, thanks again, Carla Spalding for Congress. Have a great day. Happy birthday, Donald Trump. Trump, 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 Trump. Yes, guys, thank you.
I say Spalding, 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 Spalding all the way. Absolutely. We have a table out front, ladies and gentlemen. Please take a card so you can have her website and encourage friends and neighbors that you may know. It doesn't matter. You don't have to live in the district in order to donate. Every little bit will help and counts. Cheryl? Okay.
All right, next in the shoe, we got another gubernatorial candidate, Mr. Bruce Nathan. Sounds good. And when you get a moment, make your way over to the birthday card and go ahead and give it a signature.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, Lake County. My name is Bruce Nathan. I am running for governor for the great state of Florida because I will be your most Trumpian candidate that's out there. Why? Because I'm the person that can't be bought. You can't buy me because it's all for the people. That's what it's about for me every day of my life. The little girls that you saw here before that are eating over there now, so it's all about the children. For my life, when my first one was born, who's now 26 and just became a doctor, it was all about her. So, and all the way through the rest of the 6 of them. So I have 6 children, and that's what it's about for me, and it's about for most of the country. You know, Donald Trump, he didn't have to do this either. He did this because of his children and his grandchildren. So nobody ever thinks of the legacy. So let's think about Donald Trump and clap our hands for thanks for Donald Trump. I thank you, Donald Trump, for making this country great again and giving us all hope. Because if the other person was here, there would be no hope. No hope. We wouldn't even be sitting here right now. So we'd probably be tossed out to the side somewhere. So we were actually, that big banner you guys saw a little while ago, we took that up in front of the White House last week. Because last Saturday at this time, we were at the White House. We were standing in front of the White House wishing the president a happy birthday with a whole group of people, and it was a lot of fun. So we were all up there doing that. And, you know, I know Carla talked about Steve Scalise. Just a quick little story. We ended up going on Tuesday after we went to the Republican Jewish Coalition meeting. We went to meet with Brian Mast and Kevin McCarthy. Well, they were running late, but who was there before Brian Mast and Kevin McCarthy in the Capital City Club? Does anybody know where that is in Washington? That's the Republican Club in Washington, D.C., right next to the Treasury. So here's my baby. So I actually I shook the hand of Steve Scalise before he walked off and went and got shot. I mean, how things happen, we just never knew. So I should have held his hand a little longer. I should have said, sit down and talk with me. We never know. We just never know. But that's what happens. But I'm running for the great state of Florida because of a number of reasons. Because right now, as you see, I have these little children right here. The education, as we know, is it's abominable. And so it's been taken and made into something none of us can understand. So here's the other one. So they'll come up. Anybody have children out there that I have? Let me look around. Any other ones I have? No. But it's really, the education system is terrible. I've been talking to my wife about this, Chrissy, we're going to revamp this. We're taking out Obamacare, the Common Core, and we're going to make it so that we are going to bring it back to the counties, to the schools, and make it so that the counties are in charge of the children and not be this overwhelming federal government that thinks they can educate our children, because they can't. Common Core is going to go. We're really good with education. Obviously, if my oldest daughter's 26 and she's a doctor already, I think I know what I'm talking about with education. So I know how to educate my children. Second one, she was going to go to the Maritime School. My boy, well, whoever's a Gator fan, my boy is going to the University of Florida on an ROTC scholarship because he was Corps Commander for ROTC, and he now is doing that. So 4 years under ROTC, going to be an engineer there, and then 5 years in the military. So I did my 9 years in the military. Carl, I know, did as well. Right after 9/11, I went in. I've got a big heart for the veterans under a health care plan that I am putting together. Raise your hands. Raise your hand. Okay, if you're in love with the health care plan you have now. Wow. Hey, one. He probably doesn't have any. Disabled veteran. Okay, so there you go. She doesn't have one. Right. My family got knocked off of it too. Too loud. My family got knocked off of it too. So my wife said too loud. I'm passionate. So I probably don't need the microphone. So the idea is to make it so that we can all afford health care. I'm building a health care program because I'm a physical therapist, a medical practitioner. I know what people need. I've been in every home. I go to 5 to 7 homes every day. I've been in really, really thousands of homes. Thousands. And I see what people need, and I know what's important to them. And it's important for them to have good, affordable health care that's not going to die on them before they die. So, which is what happened in the last 8 years. Hey, that was pretty good. So, no speech. So anyway, that's what it's all about, healthcare system. But if you go to my website, brucenathan2018.com, brucenathan2018.com, you will see that there's a lot of things in there that I'm all about. And if you have any questions, my actual phone number is there as well, that Mr. John here is using my phone, but I answer the phone, and I'll answer your question directly. I have a campaign manager, Sam Luciano, who's also got stuck down south today, but he's going to be around in the campaign. But this is the way it has to run. The real people have to take our country back. That's why we voted for Donald Trump. That's why we are all here. If it wasn't for President Trump, I could not stand on the stage and have a feeling that we could take Florida back as well. Once again, I will be your only Trumpian candidate that's running for governor under any ticket, but especially the Republican ticket. I want to thank the Republican Party. I want to thank Mary Ann for having us here. I want to thank Cheryl for inviting me, and Mary Ann and Sandy and Arif, all of these people here. They're so nice that you came out and you take your time to do this to make sure our country's going to be great. Please get in touch with me if you have any questions at all. I'm always happy to answer them. Thank you very much for coming. Have a really fun day.
Hey guys, I want to introduce Maurice and the Blacks for Trump 2020. They came all the way up from Miami to help with this event.
How's everybody doing? Well, I'm excited because the big fight was, of course, President Trump. And I am so glad he won. That was the most terrifying situation I had ever been in. He asked me one time, he said, Michael, why are you so sure that I'm going to win? I said, well, the Bible says in Revelation 11:8-17 that when they see the two brethren stand together in unity, that God is going to come to rule. And you are Cyrus, the representative of God. So I know that once they see the black man standing with the real white man, that's the end for them. So when they saw the Republicans standing with the blacks for Trump, and we're standing right beside them saying blacks for Trump, when most of our black people, they sit on the side, they love Trump. There's more people there that are black that be at Hillary's whole event. That's right. But they never show them because they're on the side, because they're sort of embarrassed, they're scared, and they don't want to be hurt their feelings and all that. So I decided to stand directly behind him. And then, what's her name? Kellyanne asked me, said, why do you have to have the .com on there? I said, because they're calling Trump a racist. And I know he's not. And I'm not going to stand up beside him and look like I'm some kind of Uncle Tom. So with this .com, it explains why I know Hillary is the racist, the Democrats were the slave masters, and the Republicans were our saviors, and that they are the bastards from hell that are dogging the black man and the white man. They're wiping us out. Got us paying high taxes like they safe. Well, we're going to end that because 2018, we got a black woman running named Carla Spalding. We going to back up because she's the black Donald Trump. She ain't scared of Debbie Wasserman Schultz. What's her name? Schultz? Debbie Wasserman Devil. She's not afraid of her. She's a woman. She always used that, I'm a little woman and the Republican guys are attacking me. Well, you can't use that on Carla Spalding. You can't use the fact that you are a Democrat and you're helpless, a damsel in distress. This is the real damsel in distress, a black Republican. Now that's being distressful. So they're not going to be able to use that. That's why we're going to be able to win, because we're going to go stand behind her. We want y'all to stand behind her. But what most importantly, we have to win. The Republicans got to win for Congress and Senate, because that's the real fight. Because we got some infiltrating Republicans like John McCain and Jeff Flake, who are actually the weakest evil. They're just as evil as Hillary Clinton. And you gotta not be afraid to say that's what they are. They're wicked. and they're blocking Trump. They want to put President Trump in jail. They're showing people stabbing Donald Trump. Well, I got some news for you. If you try that, we ain't gonna be coy. No. Because when the black man and the Vikings or the bikers for Trump, we coming to whoop yo. It ain't gonna be none of that. You know, oh my God, Donald. No, I'm whooping yo. You don't understand what I'm saying? So I want y'all to know I'm with you all the way. And we got a lot of black brothers and sisters that are with us. We have a party every Sunday down in Miami. We're bringing the blacks and the Latins and the whites together to show us in unity. That is the destruction of the Democrats. We already know the problem. High taxes, they're boarding our kids. I mean, we can go on and on, but they hold themselves not guilty while they're trying to hold Trump guilty for some kind of accusation with no witnesses. So you all, don't you go for that trick. You stand with Trump through thick and thin, and you look like you ready to fight, because they get scared when they see, like when they come up to us. They had 5,000 people at the Super Bowl protesting out there against Trump. It was just 6 of us, and we said, "What's up, bruh? Blacks for Trump, sucker! Get out of here!" Yo, oh my God, get him away! And they dissipated in less than 15 minutes. 5,000 people left. The police came over there. Wow, why did they do that? Because they know we serious. We don't look like no chumps. You know, we out there, we look like we ready to fight. Now, I'm not saying we gonna fight, but boy, we look ready like a mole. You understand? So you gotta, that's what scares them, because they're weaklings and they're scary. They're not you. You're warriors. I'm with you all the way. And what we're gonna do is take it from them. All right, now, I'm gonna do this for you, and I'm gonna finish it off with this. And I want y'all to join in with me at the end of it, okay? Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, with purple mountains, majesty above the fruited plains. America, ooh, America, God has shed His grace on thee, and crowned thy hood with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Everybody, America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crowned thy hood with brown. You know He said He would, from sea to shining sea. Thank you. Trump, 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 Trump.
That's a Trump rally. No, they're good rally. 2020. Hey guys, how do you turn it on? How do you turn it on? We can't turn it on.
Microphone. Turn the switch.
Taking a break.
Hi guys, I just want to let you know Juan is on his way. His binders for Trump 2020. He's running a little late. He's down the road. But I'm going to have Kat come up and speak for a moment to represent. So give her a round clap and a good Trump supporter, please. She's going to come up and say a speech.
Thank you, Cheryl. Well, I'm a Marine, so I probably don't need no microphone, so I'm going to do it anyway. Make sure everybody can hear me. First of all, I want to thank everybody for putting this together. They've worked long and hard for it. So we want to thank, it's things like this is what we need to keep people together, to keep us engaged. All right, well, my name is Catherine Gates Skipper. My friends call me Cat. I'm from Lake Wells, Polk County, Florida. Y'all know where that is? We're on the I-4 corner. We're important. We were important for the campaign, okay? So President Trump in 2015, so I'm a veterans advocate, served 20 years in the Marine Corps, I married an Army guy to upgrade his life, okay? I have 2 sons in the Navy and Air Force, all I missed was the Coast Guard. So because of my veteran advocacy, President Trump asked me if I'd be the chairwoman for veterans for the state of Florida. So I'm very proud to do that. I'm still in an advisory, so I'm still doing it. Even though the campaign's over, I am still taking care of veterans, you hear me? My husband, a combat wounded Vietnam veteran, was on a backlog for 8 years. 8, that's pathetic. We shouldn't have anybody wait 1 day, especially a veteran, okay? So anyway, and I'm also an immigrant. So let me tell you where I was born. I was born on the shores of Tripoli, Libya, North Africa. Okay? So being born on the shores of Tripoli, I had to go in the Marine Corps, right? Now, I became a naturalized citizen at the age of 3 years old. Okay? I was adopted and I became a citizen. So I want to give back to this country. So I served the military for 20 years. All right? I had my hand up, not hand out. I was a single parent. I busted my rear end. I was in the military. I worked part-time. Well, I had 2 part-time jobs to raise my child. At the time, I only had 1 child because I had a deadbeat dad. No disrespect, but he didn't want to pay his support. I didn't go for welfare and food stamps. I did what I was supposed to do because I knew I could still work. But anyway, the bottom line is we got to continue to take care of our veterans. Right now, there's something out there the veterans have been really scared about, and that's the budget that came out with the individual unemployability. Well, 2 days ago, the VA secretary says we're going to put that on the shelf. We don't want to hurt our elderly veterans. So that's a good thing because I know President Trump would not have signed that. So a lot of you probably didn't know about that, but I wanted to share that with you. That's really, really important. So anyway, just to tell you real quickly, so I'm running for Polk County Commission. In Polk County, again, I know you guys are over here in this county, but you're in Lake County. Lake County is beautiful lakes, right? But I know you have friends, I'm sure, all over, but I could use the support all over the country. So I just want to say again, thank you very much. And I just want to say, God bless America, God bless our troops, and God bless you guys. Thank you.
I just want to say, guys, we the people have to work together as a team to keep our country great and unified, our passions going, and most of all, we have to keep our state red. I would like to thank some of my friends who have come to participate and help. I want to thank Kat, she's standing right here. We have people as far south as Miami, north to Gainesville, east to Volusia County, and we have west to Tampa. She's over there talking away, Miss Christine. I want to thank Anthony, my MC, wherever he may be, Josh and Joey, who run the Jumbotron, Maurice, Blacks for Trump 2020, Juan, who is on his way for Hispanias for Trump, Bikers for Trump, I know you all here somewhere, Sherry, who just left, but she's the chair, Trump Voter Engagement Committee woman, she just left, she had to go home, and we also have Christine, thank you Christine, she's running for Congress, she's awesome, Brett just left, he has done everything for me, but I want to say this to you guys. All these names I have met along my journey since 2015, June. These are true patriots with passion for our president, and they don't stop. We have had rallies together, stood in line for 6 to 9 hours to see our president, and we stay engaged every day. I lost the faith in the political system with the swamp dwellers that are still here and the rhinos. Having confidence that Trump would keep his promise to we the people. So we have to stand firm and stand strong. We are stronger in numbers. One of my great friends told me that. I think she's over there. She told me that saying, and I've never forgotten it since. With that being said, I want to thank Carla, Don, Bruce, Tavares Police Department, the security by all vets. Thank you for your volunteering that you've done for us today. And most of all, I want to thank God for the great day that we have had today here in the great weather. Thank you for everyone for coming. But most of all, you guys are great. You're wonderful. We have to keep our county, our state red, no matter what. And I love all you guys. You guys have kept my passion going no matter what, because I love our president. And so, guys, if you have any questions or anything, please do me a favor. Visit all the different sites that you have out there. We have Bill over there. We have the Trumpmobile. Go see the Trumpmobile. Take some pictures. That came up all the way from Miami. The Jumbotron came in from Miami. Please take pictures with it. Don't forget voter registration that we have over there. And pick up all your information about all the events that are going on here. So please, and also take some cupcakes and cake home with you. Please, please, please. And all the Trump supporters. And I love this gentleman in the front because I think I've seen him at like every freaking rally. Have I not? Have I not? Okay. What's your name, sir? Stan. Stan is awesome. I have seen him because I've been at every event all the way up to Jacksonville's Landing, which is Donald Trump's first event that I was at. And it was probably only about 300 people. But you know what? I think you need to come up here and talk for a minute. Get your butt up here and talk. Get up here and talk.
Sam Trump.
Well, this all started about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Carol used to work with Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago on some charity events. And when the reports started coming out about how bad she was, she said, "This is not true. I've met him. Please help." And this started just before the, And we have done this for a year and a half. I have taken over 2,500 pictures with people. We live in the villages. We were out every night at the squares and the restaurants talking to people, and it's been a great night. And the night that he got elected, I got sick. I was in bed by 12 o'clock at the Republican Party in Orlando, but she woke me up at 3 o'clock and said, "You're not going to believe this. He did it." So it was worth it. Thank you. God bless all of you. God bless America. Thank you.
There was a couple people I forgot, and I didn't forget. But Marianne, Sandy, and Alphine for voter registration. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Brooke, coming all the way down here from Tallahassee for the RPOF for voter registration. And also Annie brought the Trumpmobile owned by Nina and Carl. I want to thank you guys for coming up, so all that you've done. This is awesome. We will do it again. And you guys traveling that far to bring that car, and we're going to get together because that car is awesome. And you guys coming that far is just wonderful. Bill, do you want to come up and say anything? I'm going to drag Bill up here.
Bill Nye, the science guy. Woo!
Hey, it was a great event. Things are growing awesome. I just want to say one more time, thank you to Captain Ron Phillips from All Vets Security and Protection. Those guys, there was a little bit of a rumor that maybe we'd have some protesters here and there'd be some problems, but they're probably not awake yet. They haven't gotten out of bed, so. But even before that, when I asked Captain Ron if he'd be able to come out, they're all veterans. They're all ex-servicemen.
All right.
And yes, sir. And he graciously donated his time. 3 guys in uniform, as hot as it is today. I mean, they're all veterans, and they're available for any security event, things that you might need. Please, I can't thank them enough. Thank you, Ron.
With that being said, I want to thank everybody for coming to the event. I believe I've thanked everybody. Please take some... Anthony, I thanked you. I know I thanked you. Thank you. Please please take some cake and some cupcakes home. Hey, look, hey, how are you? This way. I know. You don't. No. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming. We appreciate that. Everybody that was here, and Rich, thank you for your sound system. Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Walter Price. I know he's around here somewhere. Thank you, Walter. Oh, Walter. Walter's over there. Thank you, Walter Price, the chair of the REC here in Lake County. Thank you all for coming. It's a great event. Please register. We need everybody to register. Please do that. We want to stay red. We want to stay Republicans. Thank you.
This is a Jumbotron they got here. And there was an ad on there. I'll come back later.